Hi everyone, my name is Dorina, I'm CEO of DashFight, and I'm happy to present you a new video series called Now You See Me. In first episode, I talk with KawaiiFaceMiles and we discuss her incredible journey in FGC and the role that women plays in it. Make sure to read the full version of interview on our website. I hope you enjoy and see you next time. Do you feel it's more like imposter syndrome? Or you just realize that, okay, I'm not enough and it's just me? Or you trying to overcome this imposter syndrome, you
Oh my
understand
God.
that this is because I think it's the problem, especially for women, because you're like, I'm not enough, and you're always thinking about that.
Yeah.
And here in the teams, like you said, I'm not contributed enough. I'm not good enough for the sponsors. But just I don't think like a lot of men have these thoughts when they're playing in something. But you telling that, and I just feel that this is like all my life. I feel the same.
Yeah. It's because you know what? You're absolutely, oh my God, absolutely. Like, we are in a male dominated space.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my God, you just unlocked it, literally, you like connected the puzzle for me. I thought it was a me problem. Like, no, like, no, we're in a we're like in a male dominated space. And when we as women step out and we are trying to create a spot for ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God nowadays there are so many avenues in the FGC and just esports and whatever the case is, like FGC and FPS, everything, because I follow everything. I love video games. But aside from that, in the FGC specifically, there has been such a huge space created for women that is just growing exponentially every single day. And I am so thankful for that because, like, you're absolutely right that, oh my God, I feel like I'm having like a light bulb moment. Like, I'm just like, no, like, that is literally why I feel this way. Like, I have always like tried to overcompensate and prove myself constantly. And it's just like, it's literally because I like, what, duh. It's because I'm a woman in a male dominated space. I never even thought of that until like now. Um, but yeah, I think absolutely like women do that, and obviously it's not always very obvious, or it's not always very blatant that they are aware of it. It's a subconscious thing because we're not expected to be just as good as our male competitors. And I think that again, that's why I'm so glad that the space for women in FGC has grown so much over the years, because we've had such strong female representation throughout the years. Ricky Ortiz, Sherry Jennings, like, we've had such strong female representation throughout the entire years that now we have even more stronger representation with Cuddle Core, me and you and all of them. Like, we have such stronger representation now that we have more women in the space, and I'm so glad for that, because now that I'm hoping that the women who are now coming into this space and trying to forge a path and a career for themselves are not having to deal with the same things that I'm dealing with when it comes to like my imposter syndrome. Like, I'm hoping that they're not dealing with it, because I just never even thought about it until now. I thought that was a me thing. Truthfully, honestly, I really thought that was a me thing until you pointed that out. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's literally the problem.
Unfortunately, yeah, we need to cope with that all our lives, like, and prove ourselves, society, everyone, like, I'm enough. So,
Yeah.
and you're doing good in that, by the way. But as a female streamer and player, do you feel like not only on this kind of things psychologically, but on your appearance, your look, your behavior, do you feel like society, your like your viewers, like they expect you to be someone else? Like don't get me wrong here, but in esports there is more toxic and sexiest thing regarding the streamers and everything. And when I came to the FGC to work here, I was like, oh my God, women here are more equality, are more stronger. The voices are more higher and louder of women. And I was very surprised to realize that. But still, there is some expectation of how women should behave. So how do you feel about that?
Oh my gosh. So me personally, I always hold myself to my own standard when it comes to how I look, how I present myself, because at the end of the day, when I put on makeup, when I dress how I want to dress, I dress in sweaters like all the time because I'm comfortable and I really don't care if people don't like it. Like that's just me. I'm in my sweater era and I've been in that era for like a couple of years. And honestly, I don't want to get out of it. It's so comfortable. But when I put on makeup or when I dress like, super, super fashionable or super cute when I go to different like events or anything like that and how I present myself, I feel like me personally, I set my own standard because I don't ever want anyone to ever set a standard on me.
Amen. Because it's great speech about independence of your own opinion. And as you said, like women come to FGC and they said like we're gonna play here, but by our own rules, and that's so great to see, especially now and how it's developing. So yeah, but what? Do you feel like TOs or game publisher are not doing enough for that? Like they're not enough for women representation. Sadly, there is not enough women's player content creators. There's still small amounts of women in FGC. And what should TOs and publisher or community managers, like what should they do to show the beginners like you are a girl and you wanted to be here in this competitive scene, and here is a safe environment for you. You don't need to be fearless, you don't need to be out of yourself to make this. You just could come here and play. It's okay for you, and we will do everything to help you with that.
I think that would be like the most simplest thing is like partner with women and just highlight them, showcase them. There's so many women out here who are not just competitive players, who are not just content creators. They're also organizing events. They're out here like money to Sweet. She organizes the Sweet events every week and does Tekken tournaments, and she's always constantly doing different events, and it's just like highlighting these women that aren't necessarily like completely in the spotlight or anything like that is like it's amazing. Like it would be great to see different women being highlighted for not just being a competitive player. Like there's more women that do different areas. Like there's different, what is that thing that they say, like maybe it's not a saying, but it's like, there's different areas of expertise that everyone has. Not everyone is just a competitive player or a content creator. Not everyone wants that. But a lot of them do a lot of support in the background with, the TO work, organizing events and all that stuff. And I think just highlighting women in general is like the most easiest and painless thing that a publisher could do, even if it is for like Women's Month or anything like that. Just like highlight the people in your community, especially in your tech and like your FGC community, not just tech, but just across the board, that are constantly being a pillar of like a welcoming energy for other women to want to come in. Because at the end of the day, I know from my content, there's other women who have seen me and they're just like, oh my God, like you also play. I can play. And I'm just like, yeah, you can play. Like, play, please play. And I'm just like, please play the games. I want you guys to enjoy it and have so much fun too.
Yeah, did you ever think like I'm gonna come to some publisher and just offer them some project for women, for example? Like, do you have these ideas in mind? And if yes, maybe you plan something for the future like this?
I never thought I never thought I could do that. But now that you bring it up, now I'm like, wait a minute. I actually could. Like, why don't I? Like, I'm over here sitting like, it's the bare minimum. This is the least you can do. That's the bare minimum for me. It's the least that I can do. I could easily go to these publishers and be like, hey, I have an idea. This is my idea. Listen to me. It might be a little crazy, but oh my gosh, no, I like definitely. I think at this point, now I have to get something cooking because I think it was partnered through Bandai or someone. It was either was it Bandai? It might have been Tenno. I don't remember who it was partnered through. It was a few years ago, but I was the only one who did something different with their tournament because I think everyone did like a generic, like, double elimination. I was the only one where I was like, here's the rules for my tournament. You can only use female characters. So everyone had to use a female character. They couldn't use any male characters or anything because I think it's really fun seeing how creative people can be with female characters. And it was such a good tournament. I was like, oh man, this is a nail biter.
Let's imagine the perfect future of FGC and especially women in FGC. What is your perfect dreams about this future?
All I want for like a perfect future for the FGC for women is like I just want more like just and more inclusivity for women, and I just want the men to stop being so weird about women when it comes to like, oh, they don't look like this or anything like that, or oh, they don't play that great or anything like that. Like, just stop. Just like I don't want women to have to feel the way that I have subconsciously felt this entire time. And I feel like a perfect future for the FGC would 100% would be to the point where we're all on an equal ground and everyone is just at the end of the day, I tell everyone these hands are rated E for everyone. I'm going to give you guys the hands in fighting games no matter what. I don't care who you are. And when I beat you, it's not because a girl beat you. It's not because oh, you're less than me or anything like that. It's because I trained hard, I worked hard, and I studied hard. And I am going to put that against you. And I'm going to fight you to the hardest. And I don't want to hear any excuses at the end of the day.